All right, welcome back to another video. SOFI, we are up $111,000 unrealized on this position that I have been covering for quite some time. Realized we closed out about 25K when prices were trading at like $11. Huge mistake. Hindsight is always 2020. But the point of these videos is to go over the price action, basically journal the trade, see if there's any lessons that we've learned, what was good in the past, what mistakes we made, and then how we can improve for the next position that we choose to enter. So basically, SOFI, this position, we have been covering this for like several months now, well before it started to break out. And even before this move here, one of the early SOFI videos, I mentioned that this is a very retail heavy company. And because of that, I was well aware of the fact that a shakeout is not only very possible, but maybe even likely. So had prices fallen below these levels here, stop a lot of traders out, and then make an actual move higher, that was something that we were well prepared for mentally, which allowed us to stay within this position. And then the last video that I made on SOFI, basically just going over the technicals mainly, or at least like the structure of this actual stock. Now we had some stalling at the $16 level, which I believe is the same level that was drawn in the last video. I haven't really been looking too closely at this stock, or at least the price action of this company. But the levels work, right? So basically you could see in my last video, or all of my videos on SOFI, basically, we spoke about this key level of $6. We spoke about this long-term downtrend. And then in the last video, we spoke about this $16 zone here, right? So basically, these are just levels of interest, which, I mean, they're pretty self-explanatory, but if you don't see them so clearly now, like the more time you spend looking at charts, obviously, the more you'll dial in your ability to like point zones that might be something of interest. And right now, SOFI has cleared this $16 zone. And not only did we clear it, we cleared it with fervor and strength. The one thing that I think we are lacking is really strong volume. So as of now, the game plan for SOFI is wait and see, right? We have earnings in 6 days. In my opinion, I usually don't like holding a position into earnings when it's really rocking, because like when everybody's buying in anticipation of a positive earnings or somewhat of a beat, then once the actual results do come in, who's left to buy? That's really nobody. But if we take a look at the big picture, SOFI market cap wise still is relatively small. They are making good grounds as a company with strong management. And if we look at the earnings this week, we had bank earnings and prices absolutely ripped. So things are strong. There's no need to fight the trend. Maybe we have earnings, and by the time earnings come out, SOFI hits $20, and then it comes down for a retest of that $17 to $16, right? So that's a scenario that I am being prepared to look out for. But as of now, in my opinion, the way that I see this is so long that we are holding above this $15 zone, we are in the driver's seat, and there's no reason to be too antsy or jittery with a company like SOFI. We've made this mistake multiple times in the past. SOFI was one of them where we exited prematurely. Palantir as well, we exited some prematurely, but at the end of the day, we just have to keep note of this and basically learn from it. And the lessons from the past are, if you have a winner and the environment looks strong, then let your winner run. Obviously, there is a lot of reasons to be concerned in this market, and just in terms of how strong things have been. And if you just look at like mean reversion as a whole, and if you look at leverage levels across the markets, and you just look at like the state of where we are, obviously I think we're starting to approach levels where there's more greed in the market. So obviously that's when you want to be more fearful. But as of now, SoFi also looks quite strong. We just need the volume to come in to really push this up to 25. And we also would need uh, basically, if the S&P can continue this rally, which right now the technicals are looking strong, and despite my potential, my one of my theses were that once Trump does go into office, it's basically a big sell and use event. But as of now, it looks like things are holding up quite well. And if rates do come down, IWM starts to pick up, and the S&P maintains this bullish stance, yeah, I think we are really well positioned in SoFi. So if you are in this, uh, that's one way to look at it. But obviously, not advice, just sharing my perspective. So SoFi, as of now, we have earnings in 6 days. We have had some insider buying recently. They are making changes in their loan programs, which is great. There's been an upgrade from analysts, but obviously that's noise to me. And we have earnings coming up, so basically the environment looks good, the technicals look good. Do I have any reason to sell this as of now? No. Let's ride this position. Let's see how accurate I am with my analysis. And so far, things have been good. And just because they have been, it doesn't mean they will continue to be. But if you really do want to see some, I would say some class analysis, which has been done on SoFi, just go watch my old videos because basically everything that I have said about this position has played out. This was primarily entered due to my business partner, but in terms of the technicals and how the actual trade and price action is playing out, this thing is moving beautifully. And the same thing with Tesla, which was a huge level that we've been watching for a long time. Basically, the same pattern where we had this downtrend and a strong company that can absolutely catch the markets off guard. And then now we're starting to see it. So if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like. If you want to see more, give me a subscribe. And if you have any comments, questions, or opposing views, just send it in the comments below. Happy to check it out. Happy to have a conversation. And yeah, thanks for watching.